Hello, everyone. Welcome to Southeast Iowa Union's Prep Sports Plus, powered by Fairway Food Stores. And I don't know if this is on purpose, but in my view, in my eyes, I only see myself on screen. But I'm not the only one here because it is time to introduce our kind of new sports writer, but not new to Southeast Iowa Live. It's not that dog right there. It's not him. I don't want to throw anything at him because it's all my wife's stuff. Hey! There's an important thing going on over here. Stop! Threw some Minnie Mouse headphones at him. Jack Knowlton, welcome to the show.
Thank you. I'm very honored to be second to the dog barking. That was hilarious. Excited to join.
It's a wild house these days on Prep Sports Plus. We got Jack, we got Opie. That's the dog's name. We got Peter. Now I can't see Jack. I didn't even think about it, but it's all right because I know he's there. And we're gonna do a little intro. Now, longtime fans of the show knew that from day one it was Andy and Hunter. And that a month or so ago, Hunter decided to be a prison guard, decided he needed a more action in his life. And so he needed somebody else. We teased it last week. You know him if you've been watching the Washington Live broadcasts, because he's been on a lot of those. So, Jack, I'm just going to quiz you a little bit. In the first, it's pretty much all going to be softball questions. Okay. Number one softball question is what led you to the Southeast Iowa Union?
So like you said, I was here in kind of a part-time capacity for about 3 months. I came here in April. Actually, our great producer, Peter, and I go way back. He and I went to college together. And he had hit me up because, they were looking for someone to do their soccer broadcasts, and I have some broadcasting experience. So I joined up part-time doing that. Left in July, and then when Hunter departed, Matt, our boss, way higher up, I don't know if he's ever been mentioned on this show before, gave me a call and asked if I wanted to join up as a full-time prep sports reporter. And like you said, I'm still doing some broadcast stuff. If you're watching this and have heard me doing the Washington Demons games, I'll be doing football and volleyball still for that, but I will also be writing. So you will see my byline. I will do my best to replace Hunter. I know he was kind of long tenured along with yourself, Andy, but I will do my best to, try and replicate the chemistry that you two had on the show. I know it may take some time, but I'm very excited to join up, excited to be covering stuff and still doing some broadcasting. But yeah, that's how I got started. It's all thanks to our great producer, Peter. He's really the glue guy here.
It is. He's the producer, is always the lifeblood of this podcast. And Peter's not even the first producer, so I am now the only
OG member.
OG member. If you went to the Wikipedia page, which we don't have, and it has like the beginning of the show and the end of the show, I'm the only one whose line goes all the way across,
all the way from both.
How now? If you will, if you will reveal your how old are you, and what has moving into Iowa been like the last week or so?
Ooh. So I'm 24, getting up there, but moving to Iowa's been good. Living in Washington, I'm originally from Milwaukee, Wisconsin. So I grew up in like a bit of a bigger city. So it's been kind of a fun adjustment, but I've very much enjoyed my time in Washington already. I've only been here for a couple weeks, but everyone I've met's been super nice. And it's like a very tight knit community that frankly, like living in it, I'm excited to cover it and be around it, be in it as well as like providing all the broadcasts for the Demons and writing about them as well as our other schools, obviously not to be exclusionary, but it's been fun. It's been a good adjustment. I lived in the South for about a year before this, and being back in the Midwest is nice. That's one thing, even though I am from a bigger city originally, it's still all kind of Midwest vibes, which like I love and grew up in. So it's been good. It's been very fun.
And Jack was wrote for the University of Alabama. A lot of people say that he's the biggest departure that the University of Alabama has had in the last 5 years. And he's here now. You'll see him a lot so he's living more north, which is what we used to do. If anyone remembers Doug, who was here before Hunter, where he kind of lived in the northern half and I kind of lived in the southern half. But then Hunter was already working for us when we needed a sports guy and he wanted to do sports. So we both lived in the south. So we were kind of popcorning. So the more north you live, the more likely you will see Jack. The more south you live, the more likely you will see Andy. I feel like my white balance. Oh, by the way, working hurt today. No big deal.
Oh, no.
Cut my finger yesterday. Yeah, it was pretty tough. And but you know,
are
what?
you hurt or injured?
Good question. I would say I'm hurt. Just hurt. We've had injuries that have marred the show before, but luckily I cut myself a whole 24 hours ago. By the way, I cut my finger getting juice for my kids, and the sympathy was probably about a C+, given that I was doing something for somebody else. So, but my 7-year-old wrapped my Band-Aid for me, so I can't complain. The other one was dealing with a hurt of herself. Jack has went to one sporting event so far. So, you know what? Let's see. Blah, blah, blah. You know what? No, we're going to go to commercial because we're going to talk about volleyball and tennis and the B block. So we're going to hear about Jack's first experience covering sports for the Southeast Iowa Union when we come back. So you have to stick with us.
Introducing Hy-Vee Market Grill, where every meal is a delight. Start your day with our mouthwatering breakfast options and savor flavorful lunches with friends and family. Cap off your day with our delectable dinners. Hy-Vee Market Grill, where every moment is delicious.
The Connie and Amanda team is dedicated to giving back to our community by actively engaging with our clients, businesses, and the public. When it comes to helping you find your next home, investment, or commercial space, the Connie and Amanda team is here for you.
At WCHC, our goal is to take great care of our patients and our staff.
We are able to approach you, take care of your issues, but also give you a path, as far as referrals or treating you right then and there.
Our role in the community is taking care of something that matters to everyone. It's their family and their health.
More than you expect for your health care.
We're back, Southeast Iowa Union Prep Sports Plus with Andy Krutzinger and Jack Knowlton, and also Peter Camp, producer, friend of Jack Knowlton. And the dog gave up, I think. We've got to tell Jack that since the operation moved to the stairwell room, we're on dog watch because it's right by the window that the mailman comes in. And my dog sets up for 3 hours to make sure he does not miss the window of when the mailman's going to come. We're powered by Fairway. As always, something Jack is learning quickly is that Fairway, Jack, I always told Hunter this, but when there's two sets of footprints in the sand, when there's two sets of footprints in the sand, that's when Southeast Iowa Union Prep Sports Plus and Fairway were walking hand in hand. And when there's only one set of footprints in the sand, it's when Fairway was carrying us. There we go. Got it pretty much 100%.
It's a wonderful analogy. I love it.
Thank you. And we're gonna learn now. So Jack went to Keota High School. Keota got to be the first school besides Washington for broadcasting that Jack got to go cover sports at. Tell me what happened at the Keota tournament. Who you met? What was your experience taking pictures at a volleyball event for the first time? And also tell me who won and all that stuff.
Yeah, it was good. From a personal standpoint, the photography stuff is the thing I'm the most new at. So it's a learning on the fly thing. There definitely were a plethora of pictures deleted off of my Nikon camera after I returned from the Keota event. It was good. I got to meet a lot of cool people. First of all, shout out Dan Stout, the Keota activities director. So I showed up, and this was obviously the Keota volleyball tournament. It's been going on. I'm not sure how many years exactly was going on. I know it happened last year, but I got there, and Dan quickly informed me that I think it was Cedar Valley Christian did not show up for the tournament, so they had to change the format on the fly. So he's kind of running around. They have 2 gyms in there. He's kind of running around both. He had rewrote the schedule, was telling all the coaches, and informed me as well of what was going on with like the new schedule and all the changed format. So I appreciated him for that. And he obviously was, a little bit stressed, I think, because his original format was kind of thrown out the window by a team no showing. But it was still a great tournament. 3 of our schools competed in it: Hillcrest, Keota, of course, and Highland. And it was all Hillcrest from a results standpoint. They won all 4 of their matches. So the new format, every team ended up playing 4 matches, and they just did a round robin. Every team played each other. Lone Tree and English Valleys were the other 2 teams that were there. But Hillcrest beat everybody. They won 4-0. They swept everyone as well. They didn't drop a single set. I think their biggest win was against Highland. They won that first set against Highland 21-5. They beat Lone Tree 21-10 in the set. They were very dominant. I talked to a couple of their seniors, Claire Withrow, Niva Helmuth. They kind of talked to me about their team chemistry. They seem like they could potentially be something special this season. They have a first-year coach, Tana Boschhart, who I also talked with, and she was their coach back in 2019. She was an assistant last year, and is now back in the head coaching role this season. But they have 5 seniors, and yeah, they all looked the part. And it's funny, they swept every single set, and then Coach Chart told me, this is far from our best volleyball. So they have a lot of high expectations over at Hillcrest, but they looked really, really good, won every single match. And then Keota was the other team that looked really positive. They went 3-1. They only lost to Hillcrest. Talked with their 2 coaches, actually. They have a co-head coaches situation, also both in their first year with the program. It's Jill Redlinger and Shannon Greiner are their 2 coaches. I talked with both of them. They kind of took the blame for the Hillcrest loss. They were kind of like, we're trying out new rotations. They told me they weren't able to scrimmage anybody before the season. So this was really their first taste of figuring out what the best rotations and positions for each of their players are. So they said they worked out a lot of kinks, and by the end of the tournament, they were really clicking. So they're a team, I know they're coming off recently. I think they only had 4 wins a couple of seasons ago. And so they're coming off, some rough patches as well and trying to really improve. So they looked really, really good as well. And then Highland, they went 2-2, just kind of a mixed bag of results for them, but some good moments. They absolutely decimated. I believe it was Lone Tree was their big win. Yeah, Lone Tree 21-8 and 21-6 in a 2-set sweep against those 2 schools. So Highland looked good at some times and shaky at others, but a lot of good volleyball overall. And the 3 area schools were definitely the dominant team. I think Lone Tree lost all of its games, and I think English Valleys went 1-3. So in terms of a coverage standpoint, it was overall a fair amount of winning ball and volleyball. So it was a very, very fun event. Good start to the season for a lot of those teams. I think, Hillcrest definitely a storyline across every sport we're going to cover this fall. I think their volleyball team will be a team to watch for sure.
I agree. So what's been happening is I'm going to switch. I don't know why. I got lost in the fog while you're talking, so I'm going to try and do a little switcheroo here. But there we go. But something about Hillcrest girls sports is that they've really taken huge steps. There, maybe 4 years ago, they had only a couple kids on the bench, especially for basketball. I remember there were some games where they had six healthy kids at one point. So they've kind of taken the senior class last year and the senior class this year especially, kind of taken them to new heights where they're competing in volleyball, softball, basketball. So it should be fun. Two straight wins. Yeah, and if I would have guessed, I would have thought, I remember Keota, brought enough back to maybe they could pull it off. So the Super Conference North, which Keota's not in, but they play a few teams, seems pretty balanced, and I saw a few of them myself. I went to the WACO tournament. Now, if people are huge small school volleyball fans, they know that Keota and WACO pretty much start our season off by each having a tournament. There were 4 of our teams. Oh, there he goes. There were 4 of our teams at the WACO tournament. WACO, of course, hosted another Super Conference North team. Pekin was there. Columbus was there, and Van Buren County. And Van Buren County, coming off a big run in the softball season. They have a good amount of that young talent here, and a little older now, a year older, on their volleyball team. And much like Hillcrest Academy, Van Buren County sweeps through at the WACO tournament. Now, this is a tournament with 8 teams, right? And a funny story, the last time I covered the WACO tournament was, I think, 2 years ago, because I know I was at Keota last year. I don't remember where I was at 2 years ago, if it was Keota or WACO, because we just switch it up all the time. And it used to be there's 4 in a pool, and there's 4 in a pool, and then they play a championship. And I think it's second place game 2. Makes it go late. And I was sitting there talking to, I'd taken a bunch of pictures, and I was sitting there watching a rare match that was between 2 of the teams that we don't cover, Louisa, Muscatine, and Sigourney. And it was the only game going on in the main gym. And I was talking to Matt, who is the medical guy. Everyone knows him, Minnesota Matt, and just chatting it up, waiting for Van Buren's championship game, which I had projected played Notre Dame because I knew Notre Dame swept the other pool, and talking about whatever, talking about football, and I look over, and the net that was at the court I thought the championship would be on is just gone, and so I was like, wait a minute, why'd they take that? Oh, here we go. Live, hold up. Oh, I can't even do the live look-in because I had to take my good off. Poor lady walking down my sidewalk right now, doing nothing wrong. I think she might have a dog with her. Hey, be nice. Anyway, back to my story. I look over, the net's gone. I was like, why are they tearing that court down? Like, what's going on? The championship going to be on a different one? And Matt's like, oh, they don't do championship anymore. And so then I realized that Van Buren County was gone. And so shout out to VBC. Sorry that I didn't chat with you guys. But the head coach for Van Buren County, Selena Sayer, was a star volleyball player back when they last went to state. I was there up in Cedar Rapids at the time. So Van Buren County goes through and sweeps. WACO had the opposite happen. They couldn't pull out any victories. And then Pekin, I said Pekin was there, as was, now let me get my tournament up here, as was Columbus. Columbus took 3 losses, but 2 of them were 3-set losses. Columbus had a long match with Louisa Muscatine, who they'll be playing in the North. They won the first one 21-19, then dropped 21-17 and 15-13 in the decider. And then a similar thing happened against Sigourney, where Columbus had fallen the first one 21-16, then won an extras 23-21 in the second set, dropped the third one 15-8. They had a chance to knock off Notre Dame, who they played at the end, and Notre Dame was undefeated leading up to it. Very close first set, 21-18, and then the Nikes were able to run away with it, 21-10. So Columbus and WACO both ended up going 0-3, bottom of their respective pools. Columbus was the only one that was in opposite pool. Van Buren County, WACO, and Pekin were all together. Van Buren County beat Pekin 21-9, 21-9. Pekin beat WACO in one of the closer ones, but they won both sets 21-16, 21-18. And Pekin went down to 3 against Centerville before falling. Pekin was up 21-15, won the first set 21-15, fell 21-17, 15-6. So Pekin goes 1-2. So Van Buren County accounted for 3 of Union Area's 4 wins at this thing. Other teams that were there, Notre Dame was there, Louisa Muscatine, as I mentioned, Sigourney was there. Let's see if I can get the fourth one. Because there's one team. Come on, Andy. I'm sure I mentioned it. What schools did I just say? Oh, Centerville. Centerville was the other one in in the pool with Pekin, Van Buren, and Waco. So no championship game, but good strong start for Van Buren County. So that means we got good strong starts for Hillcrest and Van Buren County. We are approaching the storm that is the beginning of volleyball season. A lot of teams are going off to weekend tournaments, so we'll have a lot of volleyball. I mean, we already have a lot of volleyball in the next paper because of these two tournaments. So, and then real quickly, because I know everyone's itching for the C block and talking about our football games coming up, I did go to the makeup girls tennis game. Now, girls tennis fans, we're not going to forget about you. Just because you guys own the night for a whole month of the fall sports season, because you guys started so early, you think, oh, it's going to be football, it's going to be volleyball, we're just going to say forget you to tennis. But Fairfield over Mount Pleasant last night in girls tennis, it was a makeup game because of the it was supposed to be a couple weeks ago and it rained and blah, blah, blah. If you were watching this, you heard my story about showing up and not being sure if it was going on or not. But Fairfield wins again, still undefeated in the conference, beats Mount Pleasant at home despite having two girls out yesterday. Two of the top six were gone for Fairfield yesterday, so a couple other kids got in there. You know what? While I'm on a roll, why don't I just go ahead and tell you who won those games between Mount Pleasant and Fairfield. It was 9-0 Fairfield. By the way, there were some closer results. If anybody's been paying attention, they know that Fairfield has been just dominating. But Pujita Mukadam beat Lila Cook in the number one singles 8-1. Rhea Ross over Mia Gray 8-0. Soraya Yamaner over Katana Feng Chung Thong 8-0. Faven Gabriel Marian over Bella Dodds 8-0. And then here's the close ones as Tula Sorflayton, who is this is her first varsity game, SEC varsity match, beat Liana Feng Chung Thong 8-5. And Soma Malik beat Shea Barbie 8-6. And then doubles, Fairfield's number 1 1-8-0, number 2 1-8-0, and number 3, which was Sorflayton and Alexis Eisenbraun getting her first action 1-8-6. So 9-0. Fairfield still undefeated in conference play. Probably going to need a literal nuclear bomb to drop somewhere for Fairfield not to win the conference this year. If I'm going to be
big extreme. That would
they
extreme.
Burlington,
to Fairfield.
that would be a big deterrent, honestly, if all the tennis courts were gone and all the people who make the decisions on who would win in that situation were gone. That would be pretty tough. But we thought Burlington had beaten up a lot of teams they played, but Fairfield went over there and won 7-2 last week. So all Trojans there. And now, the moment you guys have been waiting for. More commercials, but then coming back, and we will explain what football games are going to happen this weekend. Stick with us.
Attention Hy-Vee shoppers, introducing Hy-Vee Perks, your ticket to exclusive savings and rewards. Access exclusive perks, prices, earn gas discounts, and unlock special deals. All this for free. Join Hy-Vee Perks today and start saving.
At Seafirst Credit Union, we're all about making connections, like how we connect you to that dream vacation with a savings account designed to help get you on the flight there. Connect with Seafirst today and see why together is better.
Bring the kids, share the memories, celebrate 75 years of traditions at the Midwest Old Threshers Reunion. Relive the magic of steam engines, antique cars, and trucks, tractors, gas engines, and horses. Whether it's your first visit or a cherished tradition, you'll enjoy the delicious foods, the thrill of an Old West shootout, and the excitement of nightly grandstand entertainment. For 75 years, this has been the place where memories are made at the 2025 Midwest Old Threshers Reunion, August 28th through September 1st in Mount Pleasant, Iowa. Visit oldthreshers.com for more details.
In the heart of rural Iowa, where community matters most, The connections we make are made to last. Meet KCTC, your hometown internet, phone, and TV provider. At KCTC, we're not just about technology, we're about people. Our dedicated team are your neighbors, committed to bringing you top-tier services right where you live. We believe in giving back to the community that raised us. Experience the power of a real connection with KCTC. Join us in building a stronger, more connected Southeast Iowa.
Welcome back. Southeast Iowa Prep Sports Plus, Southeast Iowa Union's Prep Sports Plus. Andy Kretzinger, Jack Knowlton. Jack, I am a little excited for this weekend. What would be your guess? What's happening this weekend that you think that I would be most excited about?
I got 3 words for you, Andy.
I'm ready.
Football is back. I was going to do the 2-word Charles Barkley thing, but I decided not to.
Back. Pretend this says Southeast Iowa Union, not ESPN. It is time. Football is here. High school football, college football, still not pro football yet. It is the best time of year, the time that all of us get ready for, the time that we live for, the time that makes this world all feel worth it.
Oh, wow. He's doing the eye black. Look at this, folks.
Football season is here. We are going
I don't think I have anything football I can put on
to bring you the games this weekend. Obviously, we don't know a ton about every team, but we'll still have previews on there. It worked really well, actually. This is my birthday present, by the way. My birthday's in August 10th. My kids got me a football and eye black. I was like, I'll come up with a reason to use it. So, I'll start out here. I'm going to tell you guys where our Class 3A teams are playing. Also, the reason my hair looks horrible is because I didn't shower this morning because I knew I was going to do that. I was going to have to shower again anyway. Class 3A. Now, just a reminder, everyone. Just a reminder. This year, there will be a lot of non-district games. Well, there will be at least one non-district game for 8-man, a lot of non-district games for the other classes before we get into district play. So these are all non-district games. Our 3A schools, in case you haven't heard, Washington is at Mid-Prairie. Washington at Mid-Prairie, the Battle of Washington County. I will be there. Jack's actually technically out for football because he's got his first week. He's got a little stuff going on. Mount Pleasant will be playing against Mediapolis. A pretty close quartered rivalry out there. You got Washington, Mid-Prairie, neighbors. You got Mount Pleasant and Mediapolis, not neighbors, but it's a little tricky that they're only like 25 minutes apart. And not neighbors, you got the Fairfield Trojans going up to play the Benton Bobcats. I kind of look good in the eye black. Those are our 3A.
Yeah, keep going.
That was a really I had to do that on the fly, but fun fact, I run this 5K. I used to run it every year. I'm not a good runner, but my friend and I like to dress up for it. And so we, one year we were quarterbacks, not just football players, but quarterbacks. So, we had football jerseys on, had footballs with us. We went to get eye black at Walmart. They were sold out. And there was a mud volleyball tournament right by the race. And so we just went to the mud volleyball tournament and took some mud and just smeared it on our face. It was awful.
Way more gritty.
That's way more gritty. Yeah, it looked way grittier. This looks I don't know how much you pay for these, but it's worth every penny. What are our Class A matchups, Jack? Because that's our class with the most teams in it. Now, these are all non-district, but what are our Class A teams doing?
Yes, our Class A matchups that we'll be following this week to start the season off. Van Buren County is headed on the road. They will face Central Lee. Pekin also on the road, headed to Davis County to face them. Highland starts things off at home against Martinsdale St. Mary's. Columbus is again playing against PGM. New London is also at home against Cardinal. So those are our games. Oh, the Columbus game also Parents' Night. I'm trying to make it a point of emphasizing special games when they have the promos. So Columbus Parents Night.
I heard you reading through them. You said that somebody's doing senior night on week 1.
There's like a bunch. I don't think any of the games we're covering, but there are actually a bunch of senior nights for this week. Let's see. Boyer Valley, I think, is senior night, and it's actually at ARWEVA, which I assume is a combination
of. They call it Arweva.
Arweva.
Three towns that I don't know.
They're having senior night. Beckman Catholic senior night. I think there was one other one. Dubuque Hempstead is also doing senior night, which is just very interesting. First week of the season.
Yeah.
Senior night.
Fun fact, that's probably just a holdover because the reason people started doing that was because during the COVID year, they were like, we have no idea when the season's just going to get canceled or games are going to get canceled. So some schools were like, we're doing senior night on the first game. I can't believe there's still people doing it, but that was an old strategy from a few years ago where they're like, if we do senior night on the first game, then we'll get it out of the way. And we can't lead up to senior night and then have it canceled and not have any other home games. So Class 1A, Jack said, Cardinal and New London playing, former Super South rivals. So that's one of our 1A teams playing New London out of Class A. And then Sigourney Keota, a big game against PCM. And by the way, I should mention this, guys. Speaking of Sigourney Keota, the Gazette rankings, which are in the newspaper, this Tuesday's newspaper, the preseason rankings, which I, Andy Goodlinger, vote in, Sigourney Keota ranked number 8 in Class 1A, and Mid-Prairie ranked number 6 in Class 2A. Pekin also getting a couple votes in Class A. So those are our ranked teams leading into this year. Obviously, things can go crazy from here on out. Just a little preseason.
Pekin's trying to stay perfect against Davis County too. 4-0.
Oh, they haven't lost to them in the
Bound era.
In the Bound era, they have not lost to them. That's interesting. I love
their last game. Actually, they haven't played since 2019, but they are perfect against them. So
I was that. You know what?
Different looking teams.
Since you mentioned that, I need to click on the New London Cardinal game. Man, I have covered a New London Cardinal game before. I bet you it was the last time they played. They played, New London undefeated. Oh, no, sorry, once defeated against Cardinal in the Bound era. The last time they played, 2017, New London and Cardinal play each other. They used to be on the schedule. They used to be one all the time. Now they're not in the same conference. They're not in the same class of football. And back at it now. Class 8 player. Tell you what, we have a team that said we're not going to wait for Friday night to get into some football action. They said we cannot wait. We cannot be patient. We're going to head over to Eastern Valley on Thursday night. That's the Winfield Mount Union Wolves, who will be playing not only at Thursday night, but a 6:30 p.m. game. Most of these games start at 7. The 3A home games start at 7:30. This is a 6:30 p.m. game, Eastern Valley hosting Winfield Mount Union. So don't show up at Winfield Mount Union High School thinking there's going to be a football game. They will be at Eastern Valley on Thursday. And then our other Class 8-man team, feels weird. We only have 2 Class 8-man teams now. The WACO Warriors at Central City. And Jack, didn't you say that was a special night for Central City, isn't it?
Is it?
I think you said.
Oh, wait, an 8-man.
It's like CC. It's like CC Kids Night or something. Central City Kids Night.
Let me see. I gotta recommand F in my computer.
While you do that,
Central
let
City.
me remind people.
It is CC Youth Night. CC Youth Night at Central City. So yes, the special.
Now, Caitlin Clark won't be there. That is Central City Youth Night. When you say CC Youth Night, it's
yeah, not Caitlin Clark. Not a Caitlin Clark fan meetup for the kids. It's just please, the youth of Central City.
Please do not send any disappointed little girls. I'll tell you what, I have kids. Showed up to back to school day for my 7-year-old. They're saw 5 little girls in the Caitlin Clark jerseys, which I also have one. I've got to find that for she comes back, wear it on that show. What was I going to say? That's pretty much it. There's our schedule. Go ahead.
Oh, no, I had 2 more just matchup histories because I was looking. Columbus and BGM, first matchup in the Bound era. Same for Highland and Martinsdale St. Mary's. And then Van Buren County and Central Lee, Van Buren County's trying to snap a 2-year win streak for Central Lee. They beat them in 2024 and 2023. So
that's
some vengeance.
Talk about neighbors. That is a down in the dirty southeast of the state of Iowa, Central Lee and Van Buren County. They need a name for that rivalry. We need to name more of our rivalries. When Sigourney and Pekin play, it's the backyard brawl, and Fairfield and Mount Pleasant kind of they use the war on 34. Everyone uses the war on 34. We need to name that needs to be a goal of ours, is to name
some rivalries. I can do that.
Rivalries. Yeah. Start to think about
brainstorm.
Start to think about it. We got big ones coming. We got New London and Danville playing for the first time in 10 years this year. Waco and Mount Union play in week 2. There's some big rivalries in this world. What I was going to say is, you gotta watch Opening Drive, which comes out on Friday mornings. True football fans will remember that there's not one Southeast Iowa Union sports show during the fall. There's 2. Opening Drive, I'll be there for week 1. Jack will be there here either 2 or 3. Will be a lot of both of us for Opening Drive on Friday, where we take you through who plays who, little more detail, and get you excited for the Friday of high school football. And even though it comes out on Friday morning, we'll still talk about the Winfield game, but it's taped on Thursday, so that'll confuse us a little bit. But good luck, everyone, Thursday and Friday. And Jack, when will we see our fans again on Southeast Iowa Union Prep Sports Plus?
We will see them again next week, Thursday, as this is a once-a-week show, as I am now a part of.
Correct. Thursday, 10 a.m. He's figuring it out, folks. He is figuring it out.
Did I get it right? Okay, I got it right.
That's correct.
Next Thursday.
10 a.m., same channel, same place, probably less eye black. We'll see.
Yeah, I don't know. That might have to stay. I don't know what
Sweet.
I don't know what we could put as some sort of stipulation to bring the eye black back. Like if something happens, you have to wear it. I don't know what that would be.
If
we need something.
I'll get you. I'll bring the eye black back if Cam Buffington for Iowa or Henry Lutowski for Nebraska, 2 former Union area players. If either of them scores a touchdown this year, eye black comes out that next Thursday.
I love it.
That's an offensive lineman and a freshman linebacker, but yeah, we'll all Peter will also put the eye black.
Peter will also do it.
All right. You know what? I'm just going to go ahead and make that a rule. If any of our players get into Division I college football and score a touchdown, no matter how many they score, eye black will come out for the rest of the universe's timeline.
Bang.
Boom. See you next week.